What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Queen Candy Podcast. We are your hosts, Queen Candy, and we hope that everyone had a good and safe day. We, of course, had to work, so we ain't gonna lie, we tired of the thing right now, y'all, but we still want to get on and, of course, do our Monday weekly show, if you will. So, we always try to come up with great topics, and tonight will be no different. Now, side note, y'all, we will be doing a panel this coming Thursday here on StreamYard. And of course, y'all can catch it on all our social media. Y'all see it on the bottom of the screen, and of course, we'll give that to y'all at the end of the show. But we wanted to talk about a topic that is very, very close to us. It's really personal. We have experienced it firsthand. For those that do not know, September is Suicide Prevention, and it's also Suicide Awareness Month as well. So unfortunately, we know a lot of people. We actually know someone personally that has either tried or committed suicide. And with COVID and everything going on, it's been rising like crazy. Now, we will say we don't know the exact numbers, but we can say for a fact that a lot of things are changing. And people are losing things, left and right. And it's like we said, life can be tough. Life can be real tough. But speaking as someone, like we said, that's been there, it can be a difficult thing to deal with. Whether you have, attempted and thank goodness didn't succeed, or someone that unfortunately has. Either way, it can be difficult. It can be difficult to deal with. And we think, actually scratch that. We know firsthand, not loving yourself and accepting, a lot of unacceptable behavior can tend to have an effect on you and the people you interact with in your daily life. Um, you get real antisocial. You can get real shy. It's something that is hard, especially for Black people, to really, really, talk about because of fear. We're always afraid, number one, of being judged, which nobody really has the right to judge anybody anyway. But for some reason, we all do. We all have an opinion, like we all have a butthole, and everybody always has something to say about the other person and how they're handling trauma and stress and pain. And we're the type of person, we'll take advice, don't get us wrong, but don't tell us how to heal. You know, it's really no time frame on healing from whatever it is that you deal with or go through. We're not saying hold a grudge forever. That's not what we're saying, y'all. But, deal with it. Like we always say, you can't go around it, you can't go under it, you can't run from it. You can only run for so long and can't go over it. So that's what we had to learn, go through it. It's going to be painful. It's going to be a lot of stuff you don't want to deal with. And then you have to look yourself in the mirror because we accepted the behavior, not saying it's our fault, because a lot of us don't really know, or at the time, we don't really know better. We don't know if that makes sense or not. But it can, seriously, and deal with it. You have to heal from it. Don't necessarily hold a grudge. If you decide to cut that person off, we had to cut people off straight up just for our healing. Because at the time, and we're the person that we're talking about, y'all. This is why this topic is so personal to us. And we're going to show y'all something before we get started. Hopefully, y'all can see this real good. Let me turn this way. There we go. Right there. Don't know if y'all can see the marks, but right there where our finger is, a few years ago, we did try to commit suicide. And this is the result. This is what we look at every day. And it reminds us of something traumatic that we survived. Something, it was a big ordeal what we was going through. And Thursday when we do our panel, we're gonna get a little bit more into it. But the short version for right now is we were dealing with a family member, and we were involved with, unfortunately, DCF at the time, and it's also involving our kids. We lost them because a family member, was slandering our name and spreading lies, and so on and so forth. And because of all that, luckily it didn't get to court. It didn't get that far where we had to legally, hand our kids over, because they found no proof that they were being abused or being neglected. So Allah's the greatest for that. But it did have a big effect on us, because there's no handbook on how to be a parent. A lot of us do raise our kids wrong, but we don't really know. And we're not condoning or judging, but some of us do the best that we can. And that's what we can say, as a mother and as a parent at the time. Still one, obviously. Our oldest is 18 now. We got 3 teenagers and one 12-year-old. But it was, we were homeless at the time, in a real bad relationship, and then kids and all that, and we were trying to fix it and everything. And we pretty sure a lot of people have dealt with this. Of course, we don't know everyone's story personally, but all you can really do is get up every day and try. That's all you can really do, and do the best that you can. And now, being on a different path, learning Islam, has helped us to find peace with a lot of things we were going through. Because we were angry towards, we're not going to say whether she male or female or anything like that, or their name. We're not going to do that, but we're just going to say family member. But we were very angry and hateful for a while towards this person, and the fact that they were bragging about it and never apologized to us. And we just say that to say that's something real big to us that we had to heal from. Because a lot of times when people do things to you or wrong you, you're not going to get an apology. It's messed up. We would love for that to happen, but unfortunately, some people will never be apologetic about what they do. That's what it is. And we had to hear from that and a whole lot of other things. So make sure y'all come through Thursday and check out our live stream. We will be going live. And we're going to be going a little bit more in depth into our story, and what we went through. And of course, what led us to, unfortunately try to take our own life. But like we said, we give all praise to Allah that it did not work. Like we said, we still got the scars. Still got the scars to remind us to never do that again. A little while after it happened, we was just like, don't let nobody ever push you or put you in a position where you feel like you got to take your own life. We really got to take our own power back. We give so much of it to other people, and before we realize it, we in a whole situation. We don't even, you looking up one day like, how in the world did I get here? I don't even know, did I do something wrong? Did I mess up somewhere? Or do I deserve this? No. And yeah, we about to say it. A lot of us do take the easy way out. But, it's going to sound like a catch-22. But, some people feel like, and we went through it, so that's how we know that that's the best way. And a lot of us have the wrong impression on how all of that even works. Once you're gone, you're gone. There's no coming back. Absolutely not. So what we're going to do real fast, y'all, we're just going to do a quick little live. We went online and found a couple tips, y'all, and we're going to make sure we read the person that posted this as well. So we're going to show y'all a few tips for anyone, or if you are dealing with any kind of suicidal thoughts, if you're getting close or you feel like you can't take it anymore. This one was found, like we said, on Google. This is from New Directions, and y'all can check out their website, ndbh.com/suicide. So just to make sure we give them their shout out really fast. So like it says in the photo, y'all, whether you're going through it or someone that's struggling with suicide, like we said, it can be very hard and very difficult, and you can feel like you're alone. A lot of us know someone, but we like scared to interfere, because we never really know the whole story, or we don't want them to feel like, they got a target on their back or something, and they just feel embarrassed. But, you might have to take that risk. If they're talking about harming themselves or killing themselves, that's not a chance you really want to take. And a lot of us, we see the signs, but we don't really know, like we said, how to react. And before we know it, we done lost somebody we love, or unfortunately, ourselves in the process. So, what's the first one says? Ask. Ask a person if they're thinking about dying or killing themselves. Don't hesitate to do this. Do not put it off. Don't procrastinate. We're talking about somebody's life. So this ain't something, we want to play around with, period. Don't think that asking is going to put the idea in their head, and it may not make them more likely to want to attempt suicide. They may change their mind, or they may see, somebody actually do care about me, in my life. And we can definitely relate to that as well. Well, next one, listen. And a lot of us, we tend to confide in a friend, and talk to them about what's going on. And that's the best way to do it. Don't tell just anyone your business. No, some people ain't looking to help, which is not a good factor with someone that's having suicidal thoughts, because it's not going to do nothing but make them want to go do it even more. This another person that done screwed me over, done lied to me, used me, whole 9 yards, and I'm already on the edge. And you never know. You can be the one that can send them over that hump. And that's not what you want to have on your conscience. You don't want to have that on your mind if you even have a heart at all. Create a safe space, make that person feel safe. We don't care what the reason is that they want to do it. Don't be yelling at them and fussing at them. That's what happened to us. Our ex, was yelling at us like, why did you try to do that? And we went to a mental institution a couple of years ago because we were trying to get help, because we were having thoughts again. And of course, our thought husband at the time, turned out it wasn't, was upset with us. So we just say that, don't get mad at them. We don't care if you don't personally agree, or you feel like they may be being a coward. That's not our place to judge. You don't know what people are going through. And this world is so evil and so hateful. All everybody do is want to take and take and take. And they don't want to give and give and give. So allow them to vent, share their feelings, and don't go run your mouth and tell nobody. Keep it between y'all and do the best you can. Even if you gotta do some research. If you don't know the right words to say, you can do research too on how to help somebody that's having them kind of thoughts. If you can, stay with them. Don't leave them alone. If they really, really, y'all, feel like they're about to harm themselves or do something, don't leave them alone. Move in, keep calling every hour, every 5 minutes, whatever it's going to take. It might drive them crazy, but it may save their life. Just saying. Stay with them. Make sure they in a safe space. Especially if they're in an abusive relationship. Make sure they're in a safe place. If y'all gotta have some kind of safety plan, code word, whatever. We used to deal with a friend a couple years ago, and whenever we were going through something and she was going through something, we had a code word we would send to each other, and that way we would know, okay, it's safe for us to talk about whatever it was that we was going through at the time. So stay with them. Do not leave them. If you gotta take them somewhere to get them help, call, whatever, talk to them, calm down, whatever it's going to take. Nothing is ever too much when someone is having suicidal thoughts. It's never, ever too much. Secure. If you think they might hurt themselves, take it seriously. We don't care if they just said it one time or they saying it over and over, or if they really, like we just said, on the edge. Stay with them and remove anything, like it says in the picture, y'all. Anything. We don't care what it is. Get rid of it. Throw it away. Put it in the garbage disposal. Whatever, for real. And don't leave their side until you know they're safe and okay. Like we said, even if they have to go to, a mental institution. We went. Yeah, we went. So make sure they're there and make sure they're safe, y'all. And last but not least, and y'all see the number here on the screen. Call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. And you see the rest of the information on the screen. If you have to, if they immediately trying to do something to themselves, call 911 right then. Call the hotline, call the police, call whoever you need to call. Like we said, nothing is ever too much when it comes down to saving somebody's life. So like we said, ask, listen, stay, secure, call somebody. Call 911, call backup, whatever you need to do. Like we said, y'all, we had to go find and research on our own to deal with it. And we're going to say this and we're about to close out. But we had to deal with this on our own when it came down to dealing with suicide and going through mental issues and, bipolar and depression, whole 9 yards. We didn't have a support system. Even the person we was in a relationship with, someone we thought we loved and thought loved us, was upset because we were trying to get help. And people still judge us till this day on our past, on the things that we did, especially, like we said, trying to commit suicide. But y'all don't know people's pain. And we think we can speak for a lot of people that's having these thoughts, or if you attempt it, or you know somebody personally, you don't know their pain. Even if you feel like it's some BS or you feel like they just want attention, maybe they do, because some people need that now. We ain't saying do the pity party move, but some people don't really know how to express whatever it is that they're going through. So they kind of lash out or they find unhealthy ways to seek attention. That's something we did as well. But you don't know people's pain. You don't know what they're going through and the struggles that some people have to just simply get out of bed to do. You don't know. So if you can't help somebody, don't talk about them, don't judge them, and most importantly, don't hurt them. That's not cool on any level. You never know. And we say now, learn Islam, whenever somebody says or does something to us, Allah is watching them and we're being watched as well. So, like we said earlier, our husband was a big help in saving our life because we had just come out of another bad relationship, was done on the verge of death. It was in our eyes, and we just didn't know what to do. We were completely lost. Now, at this point, we wasn't having the suicidal thoughts, but it was a hard road for us to go down. And he was the first person that ever gave one care about saving our life. And obviously, we sitting in front of y'all talking, so it worked. Islam taught us peace, how to deal with our pain, how to let go, and cut people off if necessary. Because you ain't got to like or love everybody. You don't. So don't believe that hype. Don't believe what you heard. But it's taught us to live a new life, because Islam is not just a religion. We are now following Allah and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And Islam is not just a religion. We don't really call it that. It's the way of life. And we want to, after all the hell we've gone through, live a peaceful life. So we don't care who we got to cut off, what we got to do, what moves we got to make. You can be mad at us. We do not care. We mean that. Our peace because we gave so much of our peace, so much of our happiness, so much of our love, patience, kindness, and it was all taken as a weakness. That's not a good combination. So now we're going to put ourselves first. We don't really care. You can call us selfish. We don't care about our kids. We this, that, and the other than the daughter of Allah. We don't even care. But we're going to have peace in our life. We're going to have a better life. We think we've suffered and been through enough, and we'll say this to y'all: you have. You have suffered and you have been through enough. Now it's time to pick up the pieces and keep moving forward. Like we said, life can be hell, it can be hard, but you still got to live it. We are living proof. We we'll get into all this Thursday, but we used to be one of the angriest, vengeful, hateful people. And Islam helped stop all that. Now we know people that have harmed us or even pushed us to suicide or having them thoughts, mental issues, anything, they're going to be dealt with. And so are we. Like we said, we had to heal. We had to deal with that pain. We had to deal with those memories, the words that were said, the physical contact, because we did go through domestic violence as well. The physical contact, the emotional abuse, the verbal abuse, the whole 9 yards. We had to heal from that, from feeling like we weren't good enough or we weren't loved enough like we felt we should be. But that's why it's called self-love and self-motivation and self-acceptance. We had to accept that we're not going to be perfect. We have to love ourselves no matter what we look like. We don't have to impress the world. We don't have to. We love looking nice. We love it. And that also helps as well, because when you love yourself on the inside, it's going to show on the outside. You're going to withdraw from a lot of people, and it's just about finding your peace. That's what it's about, at this point. We just turned 37. We just had a birthday. And all praise be to Allah, we made it to another one. But we think about a lot of times that we really shouldn't be here, but we are. And now we know is to give our story, our journey, our testimony to another person, to another woman that may be having them thoughts, that may be going through some kind of pain, any kind of pain at all, and they feel like there's no way out. They feel like there's nothing else they can do. They've done all they can do. This is the advice we want to give to y'all. Love yourself, because when or if you don't, you will accept so much behavior that's unacceptable. And it's not necessarily your fault. You are not a mistake. You are not somebody else's burden. You are a strong, beautiful queen if you represent yourself the right way. We want to point that out. And you deserve to be treated like one at all times. But it has to start with you. And it had to start with us. We had to get up and heal and go through the whole process of just letting go, because you can't really live a new life or get new information when you're holding on to the old. You got to go through that transition. Some things we were able to stop doing just like that. Some things it took a while. And to be honest, we're still dealing with some things. We're still healing. You're never going to stop learning or healing from anything in your life, but at least we're healing. We're finally in a place where we can tell everybody, this is who we are. This is going to be our path, our life, our journey. You can either support us and applaud us, or you can get behind us and watch from the sidelines what Allah is about to do for us and our husband and anyone else that's involved. Doing our show, doing our podcast has also helped us heal and come out of our comfort zone. Our journey may be different from yours, to anyone that may see this. And of course, the beautiful women we will have on Thursday, we're going to have a flyer up Wednesday. So we will share all that and start promoting then. But our journey may be different from someone else's. They may have healed quicker. They still may be healing. They may be dealing with different things. And women, we typically sometimes deal with the same things, but in a different way, believe it or not. But that's okay. As long as you keep moving forward, you know what we're saying? Don't look back. Stay on that journey. and love yourself. Love yourself, y'all. That's all we can really say. It starts with you. It starts with you, y'all. So, with all that being said, that was just a little short version. We just want to do a quick episode of the Queen Candy podcast. We made it to the last week of September. That's when we were going to do it and address the subject because we had other interviews and things going on. But like we said, once again, y'all, come through Thursday. We will be live on StreamYard, of course, and y'all can also catch us, y'all see at the bottom of the screen, on our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube under the Queen Candy Podcast. And we'll be live on both of our Facebook pages, Manima Muhammad and the Queen Candy Podcast will be live on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. It's a new app we just found out about, so we still learning about that one as well. So y'all come through Thursday and check us out. We will have two beautiful sisters that are, brave enough to share their story and their journey of someone that they did lose from suicide. So, like we said, y'all, we will have the flyer up Wednesday. So y'all come through Thursday if y'all know anyone or you just want to comment as well. Y'all will be welcome to share the live. We want to get this out to as many people as possible, and y'all can share this one as well. So make sure y'all share that. So once again, y'all can check us out on the Queen Candy Podcast on all these platforms you see at the bottom of the screen. And you can also check us out, y'all, on WJR and WUNK Radio Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all see the website on the screen, so y'all can go there and check out the show. Scroll to almost the bottom of the screen, hit WJR Radio because we're on there from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern. Then we switch over to WUNK Radio, which is right above WJR. You can't miss it. From 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So make sure y'all come through and check that out as well. Y'all can also catch the Queen Candy Podcast on the CTR Media Network. We're on that amazing network platform with a lot of our CTR Media Network family. Y'all can check out our show as well as theirs and, shop around. Y'all want to connect with us and be a guest on our show. We are actually working on our payment plans, if you will, because we're trying to do something a little different. So we're working on all that right now. But make sure y'all come check us out on the CTR Media Network. And also, y'all can check us out on Facebook under WBGR TV every Wednesday on their Facebook page at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, y'all can check us out on Anchor, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, and any other streaming platform you can catch a podcast on. And last but not least, y'all can check us out on Zeno Radio. Now, this one is available 24/7. Y'all can also check out our podcast on here as well, which is the Queen Candy Podcast. And y'all can also catch the Queen Candy radio show, which y'all will hear music from myself, some instrumental tracks, and y'all will also hear music from my husband, KLG, who is the CEO of Military Camp Records, and we are the co-CEOs. So y'all will hear some of his music, some of our spoken word from our first album, Pain, Purpose, and Survival, and of course, instrumental tracks. We will have new music coming next year, y'all, so we cannot wait. We're excited about that, y'all. And it's going to be produced and wrote by us. Another thing we're excited about, y'all. So, with all that being said, y'all, we are going to close out. We were running a little behind, having some technical difficulties. So, our show will be airing a little later this evening. But, better late than not at all. So, we give all praise to Allah. He is the greatest. Thank y'all to anyone that will be checking this out. And like we said, y'all, before we get out of here, remember, you are not alone. You're not. A lot of us fool ourselves and trick ourselves into thinking that because we don't have people that care. We just don't. Unfortunately, it's real sad to say, but we don't. Love yourself, value yourself, and respect yourself, and take care of yourself. You get one life. You get one. What you gonna do with it? Just saying, y'all. So with all that being said, thank y'all so much. Y'all make sure y'all stay safe, and we will see y'all Thursday evening at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we're going to be in our time zone, y'all. So we'll talk to y'all.